Hey bitch, yes, I'm still at it. I still have more decks to show. I'm literally disgusted by myself. I have a horrible spending habit apparently because I have so many decks. But I'm gonna do it because I'm here to prove a point, and that's that you can be a consumerist pig like me and still enjoy life. So this is another assorted Oracle decks situation. Yeah, we can practically do all of them. There's only one Dutch one in here. So let's start with this one. I've gotten this, I got this as a gift, but I haven't really used it a lot. I have a difficult relationship with rune decks. Let me just put the box there. Although this one is sort of cute because we do get, do we get it? Well, we sort of get, this box is big, y'all. I don't know. Honestly, I feel like rune decks are weird because there are only a couple of runes, and it feels weird to have a deck with only like 20 cards. 24 cards. So yeah, there's that. And these cards are really thick too to make the deck look chunkier. So this is like 500 to 600 GSM cardstock. These are really thick, but you kind of get these scenes. I know I'm gonna sound super ungrateful because did I say this was a gift yet? But I don't really like it. I may have to gift this to someone who does appreciate it because, I mean, I do like this illustration, but it's just not, I don't feel like runes, I only have one rune deck that I feel like actually adds something to my practice, and I don't feel like this does. It's just not that great. It's very obviously a you know, sort of like, cute gift shop publication, you know, novelty bookstore publication, and that's where you'll see these sold. You know, cool paper shops where it's like, yeah, you could use these as altar cards, I guess, but I don't know. I don't think the descriptions are super clear, and honestly, usually to me, a rune deck, when a creator does a rune deck, and this is going to sound really, really rude, and with rune deck, I don't mean a tarot deck involving the runes or whatever. I mean a straight up rune deck with just the runes. I very often feel like they just do it because then they only have to do 24 illustrations, yet can still charge as if they did 78. So, you know, it's kind of that. It just feels weird. It feels weird to only handle 22 cards, or 24 cards. I don't like it. Up next, another gift that I do like. The Earth Alchemy Oracle. This is a stunning deck. It's way more, because I thought this was going to be super earthy. I thought this was going to be super grounded. It's not. This is as woo as it gets, but I do like it a lot. This is by Watkins Publishing, by the same girls that did the Spirit Animal Oracle that is also very good. And yeah, this is very out there. Let me show you some. This is actually, some of the cards are really grounded, some of them aren't. Oh, but I love this collage-y, watercolory feel. But there's a lot of, like... So you have these, like, alchemical plant crystal cards that are kind of normal, you could say. But then there's stuff like the Diamond Ray. This is pretty normal. This is pretty normal. This is pretty normal. You know, like I said, quite a lot of normal cards I hope you can kind of see and read. Presley Bluestone, never heard of that. Sanctuary of Light and Mugwort. The Green Man and Moss Agate, do like that a lot. Let me see if I can, Secret Garden, do like that as well. So I do really, really love this. I think it's really, really dope. For example, this, Stromatolite and Fern, Akasha. And then we get 2 elemental symbols, strip back and simplify, look back to your origins. So the guidance is actually pretty cool. Then we have the Crystal Dragon. So it does go into a lot of like, sort of weird things. Weird vibes. Weird Starseed, New Age, Lemurian vibes. But you know what? I love it. I love it when creators sort of, you know, I don't like normal, so why would I want my decks to be normal, right? The box that it comes in is kind of weird because the cards are smaller than the box. But the quality of the product is actually really good. I like a lot of Watkins Publishing's decks. So up next, we kind of get a duo. So that's interesting. This deck is 10 years old today, I think. We get the Isis Oracle full-size version and the Pocket Edition. Now, I had the Pocket Edition first. Let's get this out. I got it mainly because I wanted to sort of collect Jimmy Manton's artwork because I love it. I know a lot of people don't like this deck per se. I love it. I think it's really good. I love Jimmy's artwork. So I wanted to get this and then a shortened version of the guidance that Alana writes in the book. But then I fell in love with the art so much that just the pocket versions didn't cut it anymore. So I asked for the bigger version for my birthday. And my daddy gifted me it. I got it from my daddy. And it's the new printing on that luscious favorite ever matte finish Blue Angel cardstock. And what I love about this is that the backs are absolutely stunning. That we do get the title and some more on the cards, which is quite unique for Alana. We still have to look it up in the guidebook, but what I do now is I look for the corresponding cards in the Pocket Oracle and just read that because it's way faster, way quicker. And if I really want to take my time, I read the actual like super thick guidebook. I mean, respect that she can write that much, but sometimes I like saying more using less words, personally. That's my writing style. It's not everybody's cup of tea. But I do love everything about this set, from that border with the font that was chosen, the color. So graphic design-wise, adore this, but also illustration-wise, really adore this. This is a really well-known deck, and I feel like it's really good too. I really, really, really like this. I have this thing for Egyptian stuff, especially more stylized Egyptian stuff. And I do like it a lot. I also love the meditations that come with this. You can listen to them on Spotify. The Pyramid of Light is one of my favorite guided meditations ever, and I do it every now and then. I'm not the biggest meditation fan. Most of you probably know that, but I do like that one a lot. So yeah, it's stunning. I love it. I honestly think this deck is pretty cool, pretty good in its full-size version. But you know, the pocket version is fine too. I just couldn't live without it. Speaking of Jimmy Manton and Alana Fairchild, you know, hello. Controversial deck, the Kali Oracle. Is it a really great deck? No. Do I love Jimmy Manton's artwork, no matter whether or not it's culturally accurate? Yes. So that's the main reason why I got it. I do like the guidance that is written in this guidebook. And the only thing that I don't like is that we very much get it under the guise of I channeled this, so I don't have to cite sources, and very often the information I'm presenting is incorrect, and I don't like that. What I do like, however, the cards I like best are the more object-y cards in here, actually. I think... Oh man, I always get sad whenever I look at Jimmy's work because he said that he would never ever do illustration again. He's totally into animation now, never doing illustration again, and his illustrations are just so special and gorgeous. I bet if he like gets offered enough money, he will, but you know, I do love this a lot. I like it, even though it's, you know, not accurate. No accurate depictions. Oh, yes. For example, this one. This is supposed to be Kali's crone aspect, but this doesn't really look like a crone. It's a really gorgeous illustration, though. It doesn't look like a crone. But I do like this deck. Did we already see that illustration somewhere? Maybe. We do get some repeating stuff in this, so you can kind of tell that maybe he was a little bit over it. But like I said, the more object-y ones, I like the best, where we really zoom in on this object, on this. I don't know, guys. I really like this. This is one of the cards that I don't get. Why does this say Krishna when it shows Agni? And it talks a lot about Agni in the guidebook. I mean, I do love that the illustration, once again. But, you know, when you strip that away from the deck and just purely use it for its guidance in the guidebook, regardless of whether or not it's correct or not, the guidance isn't bad. It's a bit more straightforward than your other Alana decks. A Darling, the Fairy Tale Oracle by Lucy Cavendish. Stunning deck. Oh, this is so funny. Because a lot of this art is is not specifically made for this this deck. But it's cute. It's a really cute curated deck. I have seen all these images, like they're all in the public domain now. That's interesting. But I do like it. I like this deck. It's cute, and I love Jasmine so much. I love Jasmine so much. I love her art. And I love what Lucy did with the art. I use this for the backs of my tarot deck that I made with Jasmine's art. So that's really cool. Yeah, she chose some interesting stuff. Puss in Boots, yes. Red Riding Hood, yes. That's funny though that she chose this. Okay, funny. I do like the guidebook to this a lot. So for someone like, let's say a teenager that kind of wants to get into divination, but angels are a bit too out there. All of these like weird, exotic gods and goddesses through that new age lens are too out there. Every kid knows about fairy tales. Every kid can relate to fairy tales. This wasn't my first deck, but I do like it a lot. And I just love Lucy decks, honestly. Oh, I gotta yawn a little bit. I love this as well. Love it so much. Like, a lot of this art is art. Like, but the Tinderbox Soldier, I don't get why this was chosen. Cinderella, I did use that in my deck as well. Rumpelstiltskin, yeah, the girl who had to spin grain into gold. Yes, yes, yes. So it's a really good deck. The guidebook is good. I have this really big, ooh, whoops, sorry guys. I have this really big fairy tale book by Lucy that I loved. That was such a good read. Honestly, Lucy's bigger books are worth reading. I had the Book of the Lost Realms or Lost Worlds. I didn't like that at the beginning because it was very much about, how do you say? Take this quiz. That's what the book started with. Take this quiz and find out if you're a Lemurian, an Atlantean, or an Avalonian. And I was like, what? Am I 12? Take this 17 Sassy Magazine style quiz? No. But then the actual book was really good. So up next, this was my first Oracle deck. This was the deck that gave me the confidence to read. And not even this, the Dutch version of this. I still have that somewhere, but nowadays I just use the English version. The Oracle of Shadows and Light. Stunning publication. Really, 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 really good. I love it. I love this illustration as well. This is on the Dutch cover. Yeah. So it's a really good deck. We're getting lots of great guidance. This deck gave me the confidence to read for people. This imagery, this deck literally told me to get over myself. I felt too credible and too cool to work with a deck that had art that looked like zombie Bratz dolls, and I still bought it and got over myself, and it opened up this whole world to me. Without this deck, this deck wouldn't be here. So that's quite intense when you think of it. Stunning version. I love this illustration too. Really, really cute. I don't know. I just love it. I love it. I think it's really cool. I think Jasmine also loves that her art is in all these decks. The fact that people just work with your art. That's just amazing. So this is the American version by Beyond Words Publishing, Simon & Schuster. It is slightly different from the Australian version and the Dutch version, which is based off of the Australian version because it has some different art here and there. But I'm glad I have the Dutch and this. This is really cute. The Spirit of Cats Oracle. Aww. It's a really kawaii small deck with like 27 cards. So you would be like, hey, you bitched about the rune deck. Why not this? I don't know, because I like this better and because this is actually an inspired piece of art. This is Really Big Cats, Tiny Humans, and it's too cute. It has really good usable keywords, illustrations I want to live and breathe in. It's just stunning. It's gorgeous. It looks like Linda Evangelista. It's a model. I don't even like cats. Matter of fact, I hate them. I hate their guts. But this is just so cute, so quintessentially Chinese, I should say. Is it Chinese? Yes. Yeah. It's so Chinese, so cute. Really, really, really adorable. Now, if I were to run a novelty gift shop focused on paper items, you know, this is something that I would stock because this is actually unique. It's from Japan. It's bilingual. It's not something you can just get on Amazon or in any street corner. So it's really adorable. It wasn't expensive. I bought myself and Martin a copy because it was cute. And just as much as to have 2 copies shipped rather than just 1. So I decided, well, you know, he's going to love this too. I'm going to order him a copy as well. Cute backs as well. So this is a really cool one. The guidebook is cool as well. It was written by Jamie Elford, who does a lot of Los Scarabeo Little White books. And this is just really stunning storytelling more so in here, which I do like a lot. And the presentation box it comes in is really cute, and I love that it's horizontal. So very original work. Up next, the biggest troll deck of troll decks, the Arcane Bullshit deck. This deck literally has all the bells and whistles that the most expensive indie decks out there have, yet I bought it for 22 euros. Why does it have that price? Because the creator kind of wants to show the world what kind of bullshit some indie creators, bullshit prices indie creators ask. And that is actually the case. It's enormously thick, like you can barely use it. Can you even shuffle it? It's 400 GSM, super thick, practical. Well, you can actually shuffle it really well. That's funny. I've never shuffled this before. I only have this for lols and for the kikis. I don't know if that even showed up on camera, but it's on the most rubbery rose petal finish you can find. But I don't know, I just love it. I think it's really cool. Like this card, holy shit, stop asking. An old man pouring water on an eyeball. Lord of the Hunt. Like, and this has a legit guidebook. Like, make up your goddamn mind. Some of these cards actually have good guidance. Big sexy Satan energy, yes. Instinct. So, you know, you could actually curate a really usable deck out of this, honestly. But most of it is just for the lulz, the orgy. Annihilation, and then we get this really cute puppy image. The false face. So, honestly, you can kind of build your own deck. Do I need to show more? Not necessarily. I really respect Arcane Bullshit a lot. He did this whole series where he did Hay House Oracle cards, but then completely he completely changed the texts. It was really cleverly done. I got this at a local store, so I just wanted to support them, and I did like this a lot. Up next, A Wisdom of the Oracle by Clever and Reed. A lot of people don't like this. A lot of people really like the that map Oracle deck by her. I don't really like that. I do like this. It's kind of gaudy. The backs are probably the most pretty backs in mass market publishing history. I do like it. I find it super usable. The illustrations are a bit gaudy, yes. But I do like it a lot. I feel like this is really good. Probably one of her, together with the Mystical Shaman, probably one of her best, like, last publications. I feel like her newer stuff is kind of crappy. Like the, that new Shaman one, Shaman's Dream, and also the Crystal Spirits. Meh. That Enchanted Map new edition where they replaced the one male image that was in there with a female image. I mean, okay, whatever. But this is a really, really pretty deck. I like it. It gives me a great guidance. I can work with it just fine. I love the illustrations. It's cool. It makes sense. Yeah, I mean, we've probably all seen this before. This is probably one of my favorite Clever and Reed Oracle decks, I have to say. Like, because this is, I would say the Mystic Shaman, but this is a bit more grounded. I don't know. Well, not necessarily that. This is a bit more usable. And then we have, I mean, I could show very extensively, but I'm not, the Dutch version of the Oracle of Shapeshifters by Lucy Cavendish, which is really cute, which is nice, but I'm not going to show that. I don't actually even have the English version of that, because for some reason, I may actually, I mean, you won't be able to read, but I kind of want to see why I like this less than than the Shadows and Light. So let's... I felt like it was a bit more made up, maybe. A bit more dependent on story, although Lucy does tell great stories in the book. It did kind of feel, so she has this Alice one that I do like. She has the Shadows and Light. She has the Shapeshifters with Lucy. And out of all, she has the vampires. And out of all of those, this one feels the most, meh to me. It feels the most, oh, we still have like 80 images left. Let's try to push one more deck out, sort of. So, for example, Kitsune works. Beauty and the Beast in the Shapeshifters deck. This could have been in the Fairy Tale deck, you know? Like, or this, you know? Mermaid in the Dark Depths. Little Owlin. I mean, I love it. But Owlin is not a mythological shapeshifter character. It's just something that Jasmine, you know. But I guess it's cute, but I do get why I didn't buy the English version of it, and I don't really think I need it. I still feel the Shadows and Light is superior to this. Maybe one day, if I really want to complete my collection, but I have it in Dutch, so why would I buy another copy? And that was this whole box. That was pretty quick. Thank you for watching, and bye, bitch.